are back. Yes, it is episode 59 of the Metal Roundtable. I am Metal Rob, and with me as always is the great
Carcass John.
Carcass John. How are you, brother?
That is a trick question, but I'll just say I'm great. I'm fine.
Yes.
Everything is cool.
Me too.
Life is good.
All right, let's get down to business here. Sit up a little bit. Oh, God. Oh, I know this one.
You should.
Untergang.
Untergang.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember.
Denmark.
And I'm wearing the classic house band round table t-shirt, the nice forebode with the
oh yeah, with the dreamy little Spectre-like person.
Yeah,
I spoke with Fast Data yesterday, and who knows what may be in the works at Casa de Carcass front room. You never know.
I like it. Are you in your metal laboratory?
Yes, I'm conjuring up the next thing that will happen.
Yes, yes.
Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh. That's my maniacal laugh.
Hey, well, check this out. We have a topic today that I think everybody is going to dig. And
are you going to shout out anybody first?
Go ahead.
Me first?
Do it.
I have several shout outs, and they're major. First, Buster O'Keefe, happy birthday in one day. It's a belated. His birthday was yesterday. He's a great friend. He's a great supporter of the music scene here in Texas. He owned the Rail Club, got that thing going. And he is the inventor, I believe, of the corn roaster. So the next time you go to the state fair and you buy one of those ears of corn, you can thank Buster O'Keefe. Great guy, great supporter of the show, and great supporter of metal here in DFW. Also, thank goodness for Kansas. I'm going to shout them out. This record shot straight to the top of the charts of my 2020 releases. This thing is fantastic. It picks up right where the Prelude Implicit, their last release, let off, and it is just absolutely amazing. And this is what music is really all about. Every note means something. Every note has an important role in the song. And I've got more. My buddy Daniel Sawblade Shaw. Look at the detail in that rendition of Ace. He does these one-off 5x7s. It's pen and ink. He'll take any band mascot that you want. I have a Gamma Side, a Razor Shotgun Justice, and a Motorhead, and he's working on something else for me in the future. But $100 and you get a personalized piece of art from a great artist. So shout out to Sawblade. Find him on Instagram. Find him on Facebook. And one last thing. Well, two last things. The South Texas Barbecue Crew metal meeting of the minds this weekend. And we are going to burn some carcass, lather some barbecue sauce, eat potato salad, and we are going to listen to music, metal, especially down south, Lake Jackson. Here we come. And I just want to say to my friend out there, RB, I think I've come around on King's X. I think. I've listened to some of the side stuff, like the stuff with George Lynch and Ray Luzier. And I think I'm sold on King's X because of those side projects. I'm still working on Clutch, so bear with me. What say you?
You're doing great. No, I'm good. I didn't really have any shout outs today. I had not really thought of that, but I am going to shout out the metalheadbox.com because I know that my very first Metalhead box will be here soon, and we will probably do an episode about that.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Can't wait to open that thing up on the air and
I'm
see
ready
what
to
goodies are in there.
I'm ready to see what's in there. You ready to get into this, brother?
We'll save our maniacal laughs for that episode.
I like it.
I am ready, Freddy, with some hot sports opinions about...
Okay, you said you're going to bring it heavy about Kiss Deep album cuts.
Right.
Now, I am not going to start at the beginning because I figure that everybody's got they know all the songs off the first few records. So I know what you'll probably do some stuff off of there. But when I got to thinking about Kiss deep cuts, I fast forwarded through all the first super classic albums that everybody and their brothers heard 1,000 times. So not to dismiss it, because I'm sure we'll go back a little bit and you'll talk about some of those. But I am going to start with.
Oh no!
Yes, sir.
You're taking off the makeup already?
I'm telling you, dude. Well, there are two albums that are overlooked in the Kiss catalog. One is Unmasked and the other is The Elder.
There's only two? There's only two?
Shut up.
Okay.
Neither is as bad as anybody says, but the deep album cut on here that I really dig is Tomorrow, track 6. I freaking love that song, and I love Ace's song Torpedo Girl on here. Those are two crazy overlooked. Torpedo Girl is just fun and silly and goofy, and of course it's all, double entendre, tongue-in-cheek stuff. But Tomorrow is just a completely classic, not really disco, but it is definitely syrupy pop radio, as is most of this. The album starts with Is That You, which is another great track. I don't know if you can call the first song on an album a deep cut, but for me, the overlooked songs on Unmasked are Is That You, Tomorrow, and Torpedo Girl is just so fun that I can't stand it. So,
and that's why we all love Kiss, because of the syrupy pop music.
Unless we're Frazier, who hates Kiss.
Oh,
so sorry about this episode.
There are haters out there. There are the Kiss haters out there, and especially as it relates to anything after Ace and Peter. Good grief, and we won't get into that today, or maybe we will.
We'll see.
All right, so you want my first choice?
Bring it.
I'm going to go back to the very beginning because that's where I started. The Kiss first album.
German
it's classic.
Pressing, I see.
Oh, it's a German pressing because I'm not trying to offend anybody. So anyway, this has no deep tracks. This has all great hit songs. Everybody knows them. I mean, Strutter, whatever. It's got 2 dumb songs on it. Do we have an episode about dumb songs?
Let's hear it.
I think Kissin' Time is a dumb song, and I think the Kiss theme is a dumb song. However, this thing is chock full of hits, so I'm going to say that the first album has no deep cuts. I think they're all great, unless you have the Kissin' Time, the pressing without Kissin' Time, then that becomes a deep cut. So that's what I'm saying.
I have the pressing without Kissin' Time on it.
I do too. But anyway.
All right. I am moving on into 1980. Can't read that without my glasses. 82. I'm going to Creatures of the Night.
That's a good one.
In my opinion, Kiss only put out 2, maybe 3 heavy metal albums, and this is one of them.
Okay.
And one of these days, I'm going to have my friend on to explain to all of you why Vinnie Vincent saved Kiss. Well, here's one of the reasons. Ace Frehley is not on this album, by the way. So you've all heard Creatures of the Night. You've all heard I Love It Loud. You've probably heard I Still Love You, although I'm going to come back to that song later in the show.
Oh.
But the deep cut on here that I absolutely love is track 5, Danger. It is a straight up traditional hard rock and heavy metal, heavy Kiss song, and I absolutely just love it. And before that, on track 4, another song that I don't think gets enough credit is Rock and Roll Hell, about this dude kind of struggling in the music scene and whatnot. But man, Creatures of the Night, this is a heavy metal Kiss record, and Danger is my favorite deep cut on Creatures of the Night.
Well,
what have you got next?
So far, we're not arguing about that. I'm just going to go right with the first couple.
Okay.
I mean, this was pretty controversial in my house because of the title, and
hotter than heck.
Hotter Than Heck. And this has one of my favorite Kiss tracks of all times, Parasite, which
Yep.
I've heard a lot of heavy metal bands try and, do a tribute to. But I'm going to say that the deep track on this one is Strange Ways. This sort of has some hit songs on it, and they're all decent. But Strange Ways is really, really good. Going Blind, Got to Choose. Those are all good songs. Watching You. But I really like Strange Ways. It's kind of a creepy, trudging,
Yep.
kind of like She of the next album that I may, in fact, talk about. What say you?
I like it. I couldn't agree more about Strange Ways. Did you know that Chris and I recorded a version of that song?
What the heck?
Yeah.
Where is it? Let's hear it.
Yeah. I'll send it to you.
Okay, good.
It's good. It's got the heaviest guitar tone maybe I've ever heard. It's unbelievably heavy.
Well, if you were to downtune from where they're at on the record, you would be like need a 7-string. I
Oh
think.
my gosh, Chris's guitar tone on that thing is so thick. Okay, now I know I'm doing later years and I'm doing them in order, but this is a solid heavy metal album through and through. And the songs are Lick It Up, of course. All Hell's Breaking Loose, of course. But go back and revisit that album. If those are the two singles that you know from this record, there's not a bad song on this album, period. Once again, I don't know if you can call an opening track a deep cut, but I'm calling it a deep cut. Exciter is absolutely fantastic. Young and Wasted, they played that live a lot, so that's not really a deep cut. But the deep cut, my favorite deep cut off of this album is not technically a ballad, but it's a little slower tempo, is track 7, A Million to One.
Oh, yeah.
Go back, revisit Lick It Up. It's another Kiss heavy metal album, and A Million to One is just fantastic.
Okay, so
That's
far
my deep cut for Lick It
we're
Up.
not arguing about anything. And to your point about deep cuts, if it's the first track and never gets played on the radio, then it's kind of a deep cut.
Yeah.
I mean, they played Lick It Up till it almost got annoying, but they never played Exciter. So,
Yeah.
And so speaking of which, name another song on this album, Dress to Kill. Name another song on it. Besides Rock and Roll All Night.
Room Service. She. I can't.
Okay. Well, and that's and honestly,
It's right there.
that's more songs than I expected, because the average person knows that this is the album that Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day, blah blah blah, came on, but none of the other tracks. Nobody really knows them. This thing is solid start to finish, and ends with probably the weakest song. I mean, it's the party song, it's the anthem, it became the identity of Kiss, became what they played at the end of their shows. But this thing is brutal. This thing is so good.
Hello, Jana. Good to see you as always.
Oh yeah. Hey, what's up?
What's up?
But I would say,
I admit, not to cut you off, I don't mean to do that, but I absolutely do overlook this album. It is one that I overlook. I know it's got great tunes on it, so you're even correcting me on this one, and I appreciate it.
I'm going to tell you though, this whole album is deep tracks, except for the last song, which is, Rock and Roll All Night and Love Her All I Can. It's got a killer harmony. It's got a killer drum run in there that I could just listen to on a loop. Come On and Love Me. And I told my friend a story about our music appreciation night for our family, when our family got together and just spent time as a family. Well, we had music appreciation night. So imagine, to my horror, when my father ran his fingers over my collection and got into the K's, and I was begging for Kansas or King Crimson or something of that ilk, and he pulled this out and then read the lyrics to She out loud, and then wanted me to explain the validity of the choice to bring this into his home. So yes, this is a special record to me. It's got a lot of background history. But I'm telling you, the whole album, besides the last track, is a deep cut, and it would be well worth a listen. I'm telling you, it'll blow your mind.
Okay, that's my homework.
That's your homework.
All right, we're going into full-on Bicycle Reflector, glam era Asylum.
I can't see. I can't see.
Okay, so everybody knows Tears Are Falling. That was the big. There was even a video for All Night on this album. But again, it leads off with a Kiss heavy metal song. It leads off with King of the Mountain, which is great. Any way you slice it. Who Wants to Be Lonely, which was also released as a single. But my favorite deep cut on this album is track 5, I'm Alive. And I keep fishing deep for those Kiss heavy metal songs. And the song I'm Alive is among the best deep cuts that they've ever had. It's fast, it's heavy, it's got great guitar work by the great Bruce Kulick. Track 5, I'm Alive. That's my favorite deep cut on Asylum.
You know, at one point in time, I would have rather listened to Elder than that, but I have it, and like you, my homework will be to go back and re-listen. So, maintaining
get your Bicycle Reflector vest.
Yeah. Okay. That. Thanks, Andy Warhol. I'll do that. Okay, I'm going to just stay on target here with just keeping it in order. And I can't tell you how disappointed I was when this record came out.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, I was extremely disappointed. I love Detroit Rock City, King of the Nighttime World, and then God of Thunder, and then the rest of it just sort of petered out to me. Okay, because Beth is the worst song Kiss ever wrote, I thought, and but yet it was the one that sold the most. So go figure. What do I know? Insect Warfare. And I thought it was even worse than I Was Made for Loving You, the 12-inch disco version that went on for like 15 minutes. I thought Beth was much, much worse. But as I've gone back in my old advanced age, and re-listened to it, Flaming Youth is great.
Yes.
Shout it out loud. And then my deep cut on this record is Do You Love Me?
Yes.
That's a great song.
Yes.
And I sort of waved it off because Dress to Kill was so heavy and melodic at the same time and had great riffs and I thought it had better production. And after the first 3 tracks on this, I was just like, oh gosh, what did I buy? I spent all this money and what did I get? 3 songs? But no, in retrospect, minus Beth, the rest of the songs are decent.
That's a great deep cut. I'm glad you chose that. I had that in my hand before the show.
Do you love me, Rob? You're my friend.
Of course.
Okay, great.
I like your 7-inch leather heels.
No one's supposed to know about that.
What? Okay. Now I have skipped way ahead again, and I've got I don't know.
Talk about Monster.
I've got we'll get there, and I'll be quick on this one. So I saw this warm-up tour at Dallas City Limits, or I saw a warm-up date for this tour at Dallas City Limits. I do it every time. Revenge. This is a heavy record, but the one that I really love, because everybody's heard God Gave Rock and Roll to You. They've heard Domino. They've heard Every Time I Look at You. My favorite deep cut is track 11, I Just Wanna. Once again, it's the tongue-in-cheek. There's all double entendre, this means that and whatever. But I Just Wanna is my favorite deep cut on Revenge. There's a lot of great stuff on here. And in fact, I hate to admit it, there are a few songs that I can't exactly remember right now. Hello, Robin Taylor. How are you? He called us gentlemen.
It must have been the 7-inch leather heels comment.
Okay. So anyway, just a quick hit on this one. This is a great, solid another Kiss heavy metal record. But my deep cut on there is I Just Wanna. I've got a body built for sin and an appetite for passion.
Whoa.
That's how he
Whoa.
kicks off the song.
Whoa, that's heavy. That's incredibly
That's
heavy.
deep, man. That's deep.
Yeah. Paul Bailoff. Why is that so heavy? Why is it so dang heavy? Anyway, okay. Major controversy here.
Okay.
Kiss Love Gun. And I man, they were doing a slow burn on me. They were fading out. I was thinking, oh gosh, something's got to be, because it followed up by my disappointment for Destroyer, or at least my initial disappointment. But this has kind of a rock block of deep tracks, and it's right in the middle of the record. I mean, everyone's heard Christine 16, Got Love for Sale, Tomorrow and Tonight, Love Gun, but I love Almost Human. That is a heavy song, and
Yep.
it goes right into Plaster Caster and Shock Me. And those three together save the record, in my opinion. So those three deep tracks, that rock block of deep tracks, saves Love Gun. And I have a fond appreciation for all Kiss. And it starts with the imagery and the artwork. But that bailed this record out, in my opinion. And I could still listen to those songs. Every time I do a comp for somebody, I usually do it like what we're doing here. I do an old disc and a new disc, and that block of songs is always on there.
My favorite on there is I Stole Your Love. I think that was horribly overlooked. But then when they started playing the old songs again on the Hot in the Shade tour, they opened with that. So I skipped that one. But no,
that's a ripper. That's got
oh yeah, dude.
It's got speed to it, and it's got a good guitar riffing. But anyway,
great song. Okay, now you don't know where I'm going with this. This is Unplugged.
Okay, I don't know where you're going with that.
Okay, I'm referring back to that song from Creatures of the Night that we talked about earlier.
Oh, okay.
So Kiss comes out and they do the flavor of the month. Everybody's doing acoustic stuff. Oh, let's all go be on Unplugged and everything. Yay, Kiss Unplugged. And I was super underwhelmed. Then I heard the thing. Holy crap, could they play and sing on this?
Yeah.
And the thing that really blows me away about this, because you basically get a ton of hits on this, but the one, where the heck is it? Oh, it's track 10 on the CD. Go tell me anybody that's more powerful with a rock voice than Paul Stanley on track 10 doing the acoustic version of I Still Love You from Creatures of the Night. He puts on a freaking vocal clinic on that song on this album. They're all good. Go revisit this if you're down for a little acoustic Kiss. And some of it's kind of goofy because the songs, they translated better than I thought they would to an acoustic set, to an unplugged set or whatever. But dude, he dominates on I Still Love You. Track 10 from Unplugged. My favorite deep cut is I Still Love You.
I wish he could still sing like that. But anyway.
I wish I could have ever sung like that.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. They've done it. We haven't.
We have not.
I've only got one more. I don't know how many you got stacked up over there, Sparky, but I've only got one more.
Well, let me run through another quick one real quick.
Okay.
And then we'll swap off at the end.
Sorry.
Are we interrupting anything?
My sister evidently doesn't know that we're doing a show live here.
You know, they have a button. You can turn that off.
I just did. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Technical Support Apparatus Person.
I'd kick you in the pants. So you know.
I know. But I've got leather high heels. Watch it. 7-inch.
I do it every time. All right. The lenticular cover of Psycho Circus.
What did you just say?
Lenticular.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, you and I have a very fiduciary relationship with your lenticular covers. But anyway, I digress.
I don't even know what that means. I'm not sure you can even see that. Okay. So this album, I remember being controversial. I love the song Psycho Circus, blah, blah, blah. We've done the episode where we went through the albums, talked about all the songs. So I don't want to rehash that. But my deep cut on this album, Psycho Circus, was a single. I think that may have been the only single from this album. But the one that I love more than anything is track 7, Raise Your Glasses. It's just a killer rock and roll anthem. In my opinion, they could pull Rock and Roll All Night out of the set and blow all the confetti all over the arena with Raise Your Glasses. It's just a killer rock Kiss anthem song that is sorely overlooked from an album that I think is chock full of good stuff that people largely kind of passed over. Everybody bought it because it was new and it was cool, and they came out and did the big reunion thing. But there's great stuff on here, man.
Or everybody panned it and ignored it because it wasn't the original band. Whatever.
Well,
yeah.
Well, their pictures are on it.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, my favorite deep cut on Psycho Circus is definitely Raise Your Glasses.
Okay. Fair enough. That's a cool song.
I'll quick hit this one too real quick, and then I'll get done here. And I'll save one more. Sonic Boom.
Killer record, dude.
Killer record.
And you know what? Before you get started, they had an exclusive with Walmart, who just happens to be the largest music retailer in the world, besides like a brick and mortar standalone store. And if you bought the digipack from Walmart, you got a re-recorded greatest hits and a DVD of a show. It's a killer deal for like $8.
Yeah, you need to get this. This is good stuff.
And the record's phenomenal.
Lots of good songs on here, but I narrowed it down. Modern Day Delilah was the single, and they played that live, as well as Say Yeah, which is the last track. They played those live, so I didn't really consider those deep cuts. There are songs on here that I absolutely do not know what they are, and that's the truth. But my favorite one is the song Danger Us. Not dangerous, Danger Us. Danger you, danger me, danger us.
Oh,
yes.
My goodness.
You can't get lyric writing like that anywhere else, kids.
No, you can't.
But I love the song in spite of the silly, funny lyrics. But hey, track, I can't read that. I'm old. Track 8 on Sonic Boom, Danger You, Danger Me, Danger Us. That's my favorite deep cut from Sonic Boom. Hit it.
Okay. Well,
I wonder if we're going to land in the same place.
We're going to land probably close. Like Dressed to Kill. Okay, so they pulled themselves out of the fires with this, I think. After my pseudo disappointment with Destroyer and Love Gun, then Rock and Roll Over hits. And like Dressed to Kill, I think every track on here is a deep track because there's really no hit songs per se. So, I mean, I always challenge people, name a song off Rock and Roll Over, and they look around and think,
Hard Luck Woman.
Okay. But see, you're unusual because you're a music guy. I think, but my deep cut on this record is Baby Driver.
Okay, the Peter song. Okay.
That's a hard rocking, hard driving song.
Yeah, that is a good song. Yeah. I agree with you on that.
Completely. And that usually ends up on one of my comps.
And if you haven't pulled that album out in a while, it's a perfect Kiss album. I think much good rock and roll on there.
Dressed to Kill will rival that. That's my number 2 in the pile. I know the Poser will claim to want to go to the parking lot and fight over that one, but he won't win. But yeah. But he's right. It's a good record. It's the top 2, but it's not number 1. It's number 2.
Macaulay says he wishes that he could still sing like that, and also Into the Void. Hang on, I got to look. That was on Psycho Circus, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So Spicoli is shouting out Into the Void, so I need to go check that out again. I think that's an Ace song. Yeah, I think that's the Ace song on that album. But, okay, my last one, and I think we're going to agree for sure on the album. And, again, we did the Kiss album show, so I'm not going to rehash all that. I do it every time. Kiss Monster.
Did you get the reticulating whatever you said cover?
Lenticular. It is.
And
It is. You can't tell as much on this one, but yes, it is. Well, it's kind of 3D. Yeah. Anyway, you and I agree on this, and I know that for certain. This is a monster record. This is a great modern Kiss album. It is sorely overlooked, but we're not talking about sorely overlooked albums. We're talking about deep cuts. My deep cut on this album is track 3, Freak. It's got kind of punky influenced lyrics about being an outcast and, you know, being different from the rest of society and kind of going against the flow. But this is one of the strongest Kiss songs in the last 25 or 30 years, in my opinion. The song Freak, for me, if I'm playing this album, it usually gets a skip back, and I'll play it 2 or 3 times because it's only about a 3-minute song. And before you know it, I've played it 3 or 4 times. I absolutely love it. I don't think they played it live when I saw them on this tour. I don't remember that they played it, but not only an overlooked, underrated album, but for me, track 3, Freak, is the hidden gem, the deep cut on here that is my favorite. Pow!
Well, like I said, hey, we didn't really argue about anything, or we didn't disagree really on anything, because your points were salient, and I really love Monster, and some of the later, like the Sonic Boom record, is good, and especially with that bonus CD thing, and so I think that Kiss is one of those bands that we could probably say have made some fantastic records, but have never really made something that is so pathetic. And we left out Carnival of Souls.
Donnell Blair, what's up?
What's up, Donnell? Pass the ammunition, buddy. But anyway, Gene's track.
Yeah, Isaiah, you're right, Isaiah. The Devil Is Me. Yes, that's also a good song.
Yeah, that's a really good one. But we were talking about this the other day about the Carnival of Souls record. That's just, you talk about overlooked. And it's got some killer tracks, but name a song. They're all deep tracks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jungle, Hate. Jungle is the one that got kind of pushed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I had that one out too, and I wasn't as familiar with it as I needed to be to really pick a deep cut. But I do remember the song Hate being pretty good off that album. Yes, sir. Donnell agrees with me, I think. I'm not sure.
It's flashing, so yes, I guess that's the case.
Well, it doesn't really matter what we think. Carnival is awesome. Rain is a great tune.
Yep,
awesome. Thank you, Isaiah, for watching. We appreciate you very much. It doesn't matter what I think, and it doesn't matter what he thinks. It matters what you guys think. So blow it up in the comments. We will respond. Hit us up on all the social media. Go to themetalroundtable.com. But check this out. If you look right down there, right there near where it says themetalroundtable.com right now, there's a lot of blank space down there. It's available, kids. It is available. You can put your sponsorship down there if you want.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Absolutely. And if you are interested in that, we will get you squared away with Monkey Butt to take care of that. But we are coming to the end of this episode. I want to thank everybody for watching. Shout out again, Isaiah. Appreciate you very much, man.
I appreciate the people that are they're telling their friends and sharing on their
Facebook. Kiss does still rock.
I appreciate the fact that people are sharing this on their social media. And we're starting to expand the audience a little bit, but man, this is all about participation with the audience. So
absolutely,
feel free to comment and throw out your 2 cents or even 25 cents if you want. We're here to listen. So thanks.
Throw out the whole buck, man. I'll give you my PayPal address.
There you go. Boom.
Hey, until next time for episode 60, I am Metal Rob. This is Carcass John, and as you already know. Say it with us, kids.
Metal will prevail.